Do you guys want to
This
come in and fill out
program
some
is considered to
some
be of
laughter?
mature theme and therefore may be considered offensive to some viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in to the Donzilla Comedy Showcase, featuring 3 new stand-up comedians tonight. Raw stand-up comics trying their best to keep it somewhat TV clean. And here is your producer and host, Donzilla.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Donzilla Stand-Up Comedy Showcase. I am your host, Don Ternagel Donzilla. I'd like to welcome you all here. We have a very special show tonight. I'd like to get this started right away. Our first comic comes to us from Charles City, Iowa. He has a podcast show called Especially Not a Genius Podcast, and he's also one of the, he is actually the associate producer, so one of the producers of this very show. So let's welcome this young man up here. Everybody, Mr. Josh Fiser.
Thank you all so much. So you think the guy who invented the mousetrap was just a maniac who needed a release? Because I just feel like he was just in his friend's apartment one day, and his friend was just like, I have so many mice in here, I don't know how to get rid of them. And then the guy was just like, I was thinking the other day. You know how you want something real bad, and you just like all your hopes and dreams, and if they were just packaged in like some kind of square, and you come and get them, and then life, which is the metal bar, comes crashing down and snaps your neck. But like a tiny version of that, right? Yes. But what am I going to do about all these roaches? You know how snuff films are filmed in motels? So like a roach motel. What? No, I was just making conversation, but sure. So I'm getting... you know how people are really annoyed by people who talk too much about their kids on Facebook and stuff like that? I'm getting to the opposite point. I'm really sick of hearing how much people don't want kids. And it's something like, I don't want kids either. And I can get behind that, but it's like, vegans and atheism. You know what I mean? Just like you hear them and it's just like, yeah, man, you should really do it. Like it's good for the environment, stuff like that. It's just like, yeah, I can get behind. No, you don't, because it's ruining everything. And it's just, okay, yeah. No, you don't understand. You don't understand. Shut up. I mean, just cut it off. Get done with it. I actually really like kids. I really like kids, and I think it's because I have the mindset of a child with the lived experience to know what not to put in my mouth. Legos? No. Graham crackers? Yes. Dog turd? Maybe. Is the dog's diet organic? Then it's fine. It's healthy. That last joke was a lie. The other week, I found a dusty Cheez-It on the floor in my bedroom, and I ate it. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I ate it. I'm really sick of these kind of gendered jokes. You know what I mean? Like, oh, women do this, men do this. I really don't like that. I don't like, I guess, 1992 Def Jam jokes. But I like, women be shopping. I really don't like the women be shopping one. Do that. Women be shopping. Oh, yeah? Women be shopping. Where'd you get that shirt? Did you, cut up a bunch of Budweiser cans and tape them all around your torso? Or did they gestate over your body from all the Axe body spray and beef jerky? No? You bought it at a store? Men be shopping! I do, although I will admit there's one absolute difference between men and women, and that's that women think their cats love them. It's absolutely true. I like almost every woman I know thinks that their cat loves them, and guys don't. We know what a cat is. It's just a houseplant that moves. That's all a cat really is, and it's just like, you know, oh, my cat loves me. No, your cat loves not starving to death. That's what your cat loves doing. And it's just really, women. Here's how you should think of a cat. Think of him as a terrible boyfriend. He messes up your furniture. You know, eats all your food, pees in your sock drawer. By the way, that's a lie. The cat never peed in the sock drawer. The cat never peed. And look, it was a weird night. I had a few. You know what? I don't have to justify myself to you people. I don't have to justify myself to you people. One thing I find annoying, though, and a lot of people are putting man in front of a product that's typically for women. It's just obnoxious. I saw something called a man skirt recently. Is that just a kilt? Like, we had that. The Scots created that. It's a kilt. It's just, you don't need to. I was like, oh, it's a man leg raiser. So it's just, I don't like it because, like, oh, it's gonna gay it up if I use a lady thing. It's like, you affliction wearing alpha douche. Just, you know, it's like, oh God, it's just so, it annoys me. Now here's the thing, I know. And by the way, if you want to wear a skirt, if you're a dude and you want to wear a skirt, just wear a skirt. Just do whatever you want and wear a skirt. Show your legs. I'm not going to show my legs because I hate them. They look like an orangutan shaved over 2 pork loins. They look like what I imagine Donald Trump's real scalp looks like. And it's like when I. But here's the thing. I'm gonna. I know 3 things to be true. Actually, here. Where's the camera? Which camera? Mike, which camera? Is it the camera? Is that the camera? Mike, is that the camera? Is this camera? This camera? That camera? This camera? This camera? This camera? This camera? Which camera? Mike, where's my camera? This one right here. Yeah. Okay. I know 3 things to be true. 1, putting man in front of your product is lame. 2, ska music sucks. Sorry, 32-year-old guy who got an HJ to less than Jake in senior high school. It did. It does. And 3, Liam Neeson's got a big old ding-dong. Liam Neeson's got... No, it's true. It's a fact. But you don't know about it because he doesn't brag about it because he doesn't feel the need to be alpha all the time. And he's a real man who drinks margaritas, not mangaritas, because he's a patriot! But like a patriot of Ireland, I think. Or I think he's got dual citizenship because he works here sometimes. It's like I don't know the details of immigration. Look, what I'm trying to say is I want Liam Neeson to be my dad. but not the dad from Taken, the dad from Love Actually. All right, thank you all so much.
Josh Fiser, everyone. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this next young man comes to us from St. Louis. He has been on BET's Comic View. He's a very, very funny young man. We're very happy to have him here at the Donzilla Comedy Showcase. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a warm welcome to Joey Krack, everybody.
Cut. I ain't got that much time, man. Look, as y'all can see, like, I'm coming from work, man. Give y'all a couple fun facts about me, right? My name is Joey Krack, right? First fun fact about Joey Krack. I have only had one job my whole entire life, all right? And the name of that place is Miss Gertie Mae's Grilled Cheese and Pork and Bean Palace, all right? Well, their motto is, it's nothing never fried, but you can always get something on the side. That's what it is, right? So, and let me tell you how I met this place, right? I'm driving down the street, and, you know, I was going through something one day, right? You know, I that was the first place I seen. I went in, and I sat down at the bar, all right? And the little lady came from behind the bar. She said, well, what can I get for you? You know, I was going through something in my life. I was like, well, ma'am, I need to get 6 shots or that gentleman's Jack, all right? And as fast as she can pour those drinks, I was just knocking them back, knocking them back, knocking them back, knocking them back, knocking them back. She looked at me, she said, honey, what's wrong? Like, why are you drinking these drinks so fast like that? I said, ma'am, if you had what I had, you'll be drinking these drinks this fast too. She looked at me and she said, well, honey, what you got? I said, $1. Just one. So, she made me, I had to work everything off, right? And the crazy thing is that, like she doesn't pay that much, right? I think minimum wage is like $7.65, right? I get like $5, like for the week. For the week. I mean, serious, like, and I'm always doing stuff. And she, we sit there, we argue all the time, and she constantly fires me. Like, she constantly fires me and hires me back. One time she fired me, right? And I'm leaving out, I'm upset, I'm in my mood. And she gonna follow me outside, right? To make sure I didn't steal anything. I turned around and looked at her and I said, ma'am, I've been stealing. I've been stealing. We have our ups and downs, but she hired me back. It was cool because I'm a family man. I'm married, and I also have 6 children. We can clap that up, 6 kids. Yeah. I love the Christian woman in my wife. Christianity rules in my household. And if it's one thing my wife hates, she hates when I call her mother of 6, right? Like anytime we go get something to eat, let's go get us something to eat, mother of 6. Like she hated it. Let's go catch a movie, mother of 6. She hates it. So we were catching this movie a couple weeks ago, right? Movie was over. Credits was rolling. I said, hey, let's go grab us a bite to eat, mother of 6. She gonna look at me and say, whenever you ready, father of 4. I mean, like, I should have knew better because, like, I'm black, she black. Like, how we get mixed kids? Mixed kids? I don't get it. Well, at least they were Asian. They got a future. She got a future in it. Anyway, man, but back to this Miss Cardi Mae's place. Like, I enjoy it. And one of the perks is that she took us all to this carnival one day, right? And at this carnival, there was an airplane ride, real airplane ride. Walked past it the first time. I said, oh, look, Miss Gertie, airplane ride. Let's get on this airplane ride. I want to get on it. She looked at me and she said, Joey, that airplane ride costs $10. And $10 is $10. All right, went back to go get a funnel cake. Came on back this way past the airplane ride again. Miss Gertie, look, airplane ride. I want to get on this airplane ride. She looked at me. She said, Joey, that airplane ride costs $10. And $10 is $10, all right? So I was livid, I was sick. We went and did something else, and before we left, sure enough, we walked right past that airplane ride. Miss Gertie, I gotta get on this airplane ride right now. She looked at me again, she said, Joey, that airplane ride costs $10, and $10 is $10. But the pilot heard me this time. He said, hey man, y'all been walking back and forth here all day, and y'all ain't rode it, all right? I'll make you a deal. I'll let you ride this ride for free. I love free. But he said one thing. When you ride this ride for free, you cannot make no noise. You cannot scream, holler, whimper, scream, yell, shout, laugh, nothing. You do that on this airplane ride, and I'm going to let you ride it for free. Say anything, and I mean anything, I got to charge you that $10. We looked at each other. They said, fine. We got on this airplane ride. As soon as we got on, the pilot took off. Way up high, doing spins, 360s, nose dives, doing everything he can to get us to scream. And, we don't say nothing, not a word, right? Ride was over. The pilot is upset, all right? He turned back to me and said, sir, look, I did all I could to make y'all scream, shout, or something. Y'all didn't say nothing. I turned to the pilot and said, well, I was going to say, she fell out the plane. But $10 is $10, and that's what it is, man. I got one more, and I get out of here, and I gotta take this trash because I really gotta get back. Like, it's like, what's she gonna do? Fire me again? Anyway, I did a show a couple months back. It was on BET, big time. I mean, I loved it. I enjoyed it, and I had fun. Like, I did good. I know I did good. I had to have done good because I woke up the next morning, everybody, and I had 32 friend requests on Facebook. Wow, I was like, look at that. But then I thought about it, it dawned on me. I got more friend requests than I got teeth in my mouth. it's toothless comedy, though, y'all. It's toothless comedy. And with me being a comedian, this missing tooth, the jokes just come out a whole lot more smoother. Oh, shit, I gotta go.
Joey Krack, everyone. Okay, our next comic is a good friend of the family. We're at his wedding. He's a wonderful man. He's a cupcake demolition expert, and your mom loves him. Let's give a nice, warm welcome to Will Axbill, everyone.
Thank you. Don Schnagel, everybody, producing this show. We actually drove up, had to stop for gas in Cedar Rapids, and it was great. Somebody had driven past while we were loading gas into the car and screamed, "Kiss my butt!" But they didn't say butt. So that's always interesting. And for some reason, my brain reverted back to, you know what? I'm against open carry, but there's situations where I just want to shoot out a guy's tires. Kiss my butt. Blam, blam. Change your tires. Have a good day. And then my brain started reverting to back to high school and being the fat kid and everybody going up to me and insulting me. And, what was interesting is the baseline for any insult everybody ever tried to put down on me for my, being, it's okay to be you. You know that, right? That's just a question in the, it's okay to be you, self-esteem stinks. And if people want to put you down, well, forget them. Anyway. Baseline insult they'll go for is "you're fat" to my face. And I'm like, is that all you got for your insults right now? Your observational comedy is very bad. You're not going for abnormal, obese, overweight, chunky monkey, tons of fun, boom shakalaka, here comes the noise, Kevin Smith, but I'm kind of an observational comedian. I don't know. No, but I'm kind of a giant nerd, and I was recently watching Star Wars: The Force Awakens, where they had the beginning sequence with all the stormtroopers, and Finn's in one of those stormtrooper outfits, and I had issue telling which one was him because stormtroopers all look alike to me. It's funny because stormtroopers all look alike, and it was touching on a racial basis humor, and not everybody was getting that one. Okay. How about this one? Han Solo was recently going across the universe, and somebody cut him off. He's like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" All right. You ever think Superman was just sitting and watching Star Wars by himself, and he saw Alderaan blow up, and he's like, "Oh, I can relate. Leia, I love you. I understand you. I get you. Han doesn't deserve you." That's a reference to Krypton blowing up, and that just blew past everybody. Anyway, Batman versus Superman was a terrible movie, and apparently only way you can beat Superman is with R&D research. And saying his mom's name. What the heck? What else? My range of knowledge, nerd knowledge versus actual knowledge, is incomplete. All that time I spent in history class, went out the window. If you tried to ask me when the Civil War happened or when was, Abraham Lincoln shot, I wouldn't know. But if you ask me what test did Captain Kirk cheat on in order to get be captain, it's Kobayashi Maru. Yeah, he cheated on that. He cheated on that. Red shirts die. But if my car goes in the shop and somebody says, "Hey, it's got to get fixed. We've got a warp drive thing that's not fluctuating with the capacitor here," and they just throw some nerd lingo at me, and they're like $2,000. I'm like, I had a warp drive this entire time. Let's get that fixed. All right. So I recently got a new phone, 79 cents. It's from iWireless, and it's called a Very Cool with a K. I don't know about you, but that, I now know what it feels like to be a drug dealer in the range of devices. But then again, there's more enhanced security with iPhones because of the FBI issue and Apple not backing down on hacking their own devices. So I don't feel that good of a drug dealer. I don't have that confidence level yet. I'm pushing marijuana. I'm not pushing meth. No, but I come from Waterloo, Iowa. Our major export is John Deere layoffs, gun shootings, and petty theft. We had a couple car break-ins. Basically, they were just stealing change. I'm just like, really? You didn't even go for the whole car. You didn't even take my old Smash Mouth CD or my sweet mixes from my high school days. Come on. They had Eve 6. Here's to the night on there. Some sweet licks jams. Is Smash Mouth still a thing? Like, are they still around? Are they alive? Mighty Mighty Bystones. Are they still a thing? I don't know. But man, that hand job earlier was great. I was reporting back to Fiser's joke, but that didn't go well. Oh, well. No, but I got married, and Don and the family attended that wedding. And, you know, everybody makes that joke. It's like, hey, man, you're getting married. Say goodbye to your sex life. I didn't know it was true. No, but we're trying to, you know, have kids and get our lives together. And we had to get rid of one of our cats. His name was Wedge because he decided to pee everywhere, and that's my thing. He's like, this is my spot. I'm like, yeah, about that. No. So how's everybody doing tonight? Good. You're alive. You're well. You're in Iowa. You're also large majority white. Joey Krack. I love that guy. He's actually pretty funny. No, but where was I going with this? Oh, yeah. I'm overweight. I need to lose weight because when your knees start making popping noises, you've gone too far. But anyway, got one more joke for you, if I can remember it. Processing. Anyway. That's my set tonight, guys. I do. Thanks, Tom.
Will Axbill, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming out. Let's give a nice final round of applause to Josh Fiser, Joey Krack, and Will Axbill. Thank you guys for coming out tonight.